Oh, hi, my name is Greg and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to cover the first major event that I've driven this car to since getting it back on the road about 18 months ago. The event is the 2024 All British Day, which is an event organised between car and motorbike clubs in South Australia, which brings together vehicles of mainly British design or manufacture in so-called picnic day atmosphere. It's open to the general public and it's situated in a nice little town in the Adelaide Hills called Echunga. So let's get on and take a journey together. Well, here we are. I've got Google Maps in front of me, and according to Google Maps I've got a 54.6 kilometre journey ahead of me, which works out to be about 33 miles. I've chosen what I'd call a bit of a B road route as opposed to the usual route that you would take to get to Echunga in the Adelaide Hills. The usual route you would go via this major freeway called the M1, which winds through the Adelaide Hills. The reason I've chosen a B road route is this is going to be by far and away the longest drive I've taken my car on since I've had it on the road, and also most challenging in terms that it will take in some hill climbing, which I just haven't really done to date. I think it'll do fine, but I was just a bit nervous about taking it on a major freeway like the M1, where once you're on there, there's no getting off of it. This B road route will be quite a pleasant journey anyway, so we'll go through the western suburbs of Adelaide, a long road here called Tapley's Hill Road, goes past the Adelaide Airport. We'll go through a beachside suburb called Glenelg, and then we'll head slightly diagonally on a road aptly named Diagonal Road, and then we'll go through Oaklands Park, and then at about this point, sort of Bedford Park onwards, we begin a long climb up to a little town called Blackwood, which is in the Adelaide Hills. And then from that point, from Blackwood, we've got a long and winding road and some fairly tough hill climbs at points. And we'll go through Ironbank, Longwood, and eventually we'll end up in Echunga. Well, at least that's the plan.
And the journey begins. Turning onto Tapley's Hill Road now. There used to be a BMC dealer in that building with the unusual roof on the left. Mind you, that was back in the 60s or 70s from memory. try a bit of engine music now, which won't be in sync with what the car's doing because I've sped up the video so much.
In 300 metres, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Main Road, P29.
Nice little MG off to the left there, which is probably going to the same place, I think.
This one isn't. Straight on. It's black, would you know? Oh, we're into the hills, aren't we?
Yeah.
Happens quite suddenly, doesn't it?
Got an old MG behind me now.
I know. Whoops. Train in. 5 engine.
Wow. Might be a big one.
Well, not as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, the electric fan there.
Did it just kick in?
Oh, yeah. It's pretty quiet, honestly. I added an electric fan to cool the radiator a few weeks ago now. Actually largely in preparation for this trip because I was a little worried that the car might overheat in the hills.
Just keep following the road.
In 400 metres, turn left onto Adelaide Hill Road. Continue for 8 kilometres.
Probably the hardest hill I've done since I've had the car on the road, but it's about to get harder. I was a bit anxious about taking the old girl in the hills, but I'm proud of her. She's doing really well.
This is the kind of driving I remember from my childhood.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The little Morris trying
Continue on Walcock Road for 1 kilometre.
Having to slow down for a slower car. I'm not sure what it is, 1930s something.
You've got a hamper. Like to pass it.
I've lost momentum now and I don't think I can pass it.
It's a cute little car. Oh.
In 300 metres, turn right onto Lockwood Road. In 400 metres, turn left onto Ridge Road.
MG's from
Yeah.
Take the next left onto Ridge Road. Continue on Ridge Road for 3 kilometres.
You'll see a road sign coming up on the left with a picture of a kangaroo on it, which is a warning sign that you can get kangaroos hopping on the road in this area, although thankfully not at this time of the day generally. Very close to my destination now, but I'm about to run out of camera battery. I did have a spare charged one, but difficult to swap them over on the run though. I'll conclude the drive to the event now, and next up we'll have some film and photos that I shot at the All British Day. Well, no better place to start than with the Rover Car Club of South Australia. A nice P2 there, must be owned by a Scottish guy I think. P3 here, I think it's a 48 version, and here's my car at its very first show. Very happy to have it there. And another P3, I think this might also be a 49, judging by the number plate. Just a couple of still shots now showing the Rover Car Club of South Australia's P2, P3 lineup. Now looking at other cars, I might have to get a number plate that starts with ROV. Very nice Rover 2000 single carburettor here. I think we had 3 P3s, 4 P4s, 5 P5s, but we broke the pattern with the P6s here. We had 7 of those. Nice 2000 TC here, similar to the second car I ever owned. Out of the P6s here, we actually had 3 3500S versions, the manual version, which are fairly unusual. All looking pretty good though. Just another shot of the Rover 2000 single carburettor, looking very nice. I haven't seen one with wire wheels before, but it seems to suit it. Very early Vauxhall from 1925, looking beautiful. Another Vauxhall. This one was in a different part of the grounds, and it was with Sporting Car Club of South Australia, I think. We'll cut now to one of my favourite cars at the show, an MGA twin cam, which would be a pretty rare car, I think, or rare in the twin cam version anyway. Like the colour too, and I think it's probably an original colour. There's a few bug-eyed sprites. Used to get some of those in the workshop that I worked in as a teenager. A couple of still shots of the bug-eyed sprites. Yeah, it looks like when they were designing it, somebody forgot the headlights and then kind of added as an afterthought. But yeah, back with the second row of Rovers now. Some nice P4s. There are about 3 105s actually. I think 2 105S's and a 105R. Which would be a pretty unusual car. I think from memory we had a few of the P5 coupes, which are, yeah, nice looking car. And Rover 75, which I believe was produced when BMW owned Rover. The mini mokes you see here were reasonably popular in Australia back in the 70s. However, they had the most corny advertising slogan. They had an advertising slogan that went, "Moking is not a wealth hazard." Very interesting mini here, a fastback version, which I've not seen before. Not that I'm any expert on minis, but yeah, it looks good. Just a couple of still shots of that Mini now, just get a better look at it. And also the engine bay here, you know, twin carburetors, so it looks like a pretty high performance version of a Mini engine. All of these vehicles are on the second sort of smaller paddock at the display, but I love this shot. A nice Mini pulling a vintage BSA motorcycle. Coming up to some Comma trucks now, which I think had a very interesting engine. Comma had this engine which was often referred to as a knocker engine. Very unusual design with sort of horizontally opposed pistons. And the engine had quite a unique sound, hence the name. Here with the Morris Car Club now, some with unusual modifications. I'm pretty sure that engine is not standard, but got absolutely no idea what it is though.
Nice. Good to hear it run.
Thanks for the models.
Oh yeah, there's a split. Oh, there's a split. Did you manage to catch up with the CEO of the other?
Austin 1800. I remember my neighbour used to have one of those. A Jaguar 3.5 litre, 1945 I think, looking very grand. Took a couple of shots of this car because one, it's magnificent, and two, I do know a little bit about it. It's an SS, which is what Jaguar were before they became Jaguar, and they dropped the SS name after the Second World War, I guess for fairly obvious reasons. The car was fully restored in the workshop where I had some final work done on my car. That's Mark Restorations here in Adelaide. I think it is pretty original, but I know it does have a Rover P3 steering box fitted to it as an improvement. Well, Rover are sometimes referred to as a poor man's Rolls Royce. Well, here's the rich man's Rolls Royce.
Hello, our wedding car.
I don't think she's referring to this car. This P3 was for sale and not with the Rover Car Club of South Australia. I think this section was the Sporting Car Club of South Australia.
Thank you. Right, I'm going over the main road.
Just a still shot showing a pretty interesting mix of cars. Well, according to the sticker, this is a McLaren 570S, which I'm guessing got up the hills a bit faster than I did.
Watch the garage going, yeah.
A beautiful Bentley with its lovely straight six engine. That interesting noise in the background is a Punch and Judy puppet show. Very English apparently. A very nice Vauxhall Cresta, which you don't see too much these days. An MGB GT, I think. I love this 1947 Alvis. It does look quite similar to a Rover P3 in some ways, I guess. Pretty sure this is an Austin Atlantic, which would have been produced sort of late 40s, early 50s, around about that area. This is either an Austin A30 or A35. I can never quite tell the difference, but unusual to see one in a panel van version. And I'll finish up looking at cars with this final shot of a Crosley. Well, time to leave now. I left pretty much as soon as I could in an effort to try and avoid the rush, really.
Parade as everyone knows.
Head north on Echunga Road, B34 towards Dolman Road.
Probably should have followed these guys, but in the end I ended up going home via Harndorf, a town in the Adelaide Hills, which wasn't the best idea because it was fairly busy, but yeah, nice drive anyway. On the road out of Harndorf now, heading towards the freeway.
In 500 meters, merge onto Princess Highway, National Highway M1.
He's brave.
These tunnels provide a much straighter route than the original road and probably quite a bit safer too. Getting towards the end of the freeway now and just about back in suburbia. I'm on the homeward straight now, we're heading down Port Road. I'll wrap up this video shortly. I hope you've enjoyed it. It was a big day out for me and a big day out for Rover. Hope to get some more videos out soon, but can't promise anything. So bye for now.